you had overcome it because you wasn't bothered with it for a while.
Yes.
Father said, you ain't got the root.
Come on.
Go back and identify where it's stemming from and
Yes.
bring me the root.
Come on.
Then I can uproot it, and you ain't never got to worry about that branch growing back. You ever uprooted a tree and took all the branches up? Did that tree grow back? When you take the root up, it is officially dead.
Come on.
Gone. Father says you got to see your life like this. If your branches keep growing back, you got a root somewhere. Go find your root.
Come on.
So that you can walk in the victory and the healing and the overcoming that I said you can walk in. You got a root system. He said, but the only thing you keep bringing me is your branches. I'll give you a temporary fix for your branch. And this is how we learn to have a distrust in the Father, because when we bring him a branch and ask him to take care of it, he do, but he knows it's only a temporary fix because you ain't brought him the root. And then when we find ourselves back in that situation again, what we do? We question the Father. Well, did prayer ever work? Should I even believe in this? What is the big? You get discouraged. And instead of getting discouraged, you get discouraged with the Father, and you start to doubt the very word that you say you believe in. Now prayer don't mean much. It don't matter if I don't pray today. It ain't going to work no way. It's only a temporary fix. Next week, I done prayed. I thought I had got over it, and I look at me again. So now you begin to distrust the very things of God. When he says, I done what you asked me to do. I got rid of the branch. But like always, the branch grows back. And you got to keep it. Father says, it's not my fault. You keep bringing me a branch. And that's the only thing I'm dealing with. If you bring me the root, we can uproot this. We ain't got to go through this no more. But you got to be honest about some stuff back here that you don't want to talk about. You got to be honest about some stuff over here that maybe you done or something that's been done to you. And you ain't got to go confess this to nobody. This is what you bring to God. You bring it to him and be honest about it. Because how many of you know, people don't like your honesty at times. You can be honest with somebody about what you're really going through if you want to. And if they're not prepared in their mind to handle what you're going to say, they finna take that and ring you with it. Everybody you know finna know that. They're going to take your pearls, and it's like casting it at the feet of swine. It means absolutely nothing to them. And they're going to scatter it abroad. So even if you get to the point where you want to confess some things to people, make sure who you confessing it to can handle it. Make sure they are mentally prepared to take what you're going to say. Because if not, you just done more damage than you've done good. Watch even who you be honest with, that they are prepared and mature enough in their mind to handle the truth. Because guess what? Some spouses can't even handle the truth that their spouses want to tell them. This is why the spouses hide it from them. You got to be ready. You got to become a safe haven. And if you feel you can't do that with the person right there, take it to God, and God will reveal to you when it's okay to take it elsewhere. Hallelujah. 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 Some of our things is shocking. Listen, our minds will build layers of protection to keep from dealing with these issues or from letting anyone know they exist. When you got something in your life and you don't want nobody to know it exists, you will start covering up stuff. You'll put on what we call fake personalities in front. You will become somebody that ain't even you.
Come on. You know yourself. Come on.
Don't even know yourself. And you will become a part of that fake person so much till you have convinced yourself that that's how you are.
Come on.
Because you're trying to cover up what's really going on. Father said, I don't want you to have to cover up no more. I want you to be able to be real. But you got to bring something to me. I don't want you to have to hide. He said you have fake personalities in front to be someone you know you're not. Right here, we practice, train, and convince ourselves that everything is under control and we don't need anyone. This is where you start saying, I don't need nobody. I'm fine. When you know you're just wishing to have somebody to talk to. Everybody needs somebody. If you have told yourself you don't need nobody, you're a lie and the truth ain't in you. Father says, I didn't make you to be alone. It wasn't even good for Adam to be alone. Now why you think you're going to be alone? He looked at Adam and said, it is not good for man to be alone. I need to make him a helpmate. He needs something to do. He needs somebody to talk to. Because you are designed for conversation. You are designed for relationship. You are designed for that, whether it be a mate or a friend. You need an outlet. You're designed to have companionship. And to go off by yourself and be by yourself. Let a person go off by themselves and be by themselves long enough. You come back and check on them after a couple months. They're crazy. I'm serious. Why do you think in prison they put them in solitary confinement when they mess up? And they go back in there after a while to look on. They look like wild beasts. Because they about to go crazy with nobody to talk to. Nobody to see, nobody. You can't confine a person by themselves like that by themselves. They will literally go crazy. They begin to talk to themselves. Because the body, the mind is designed for conversation. You will. So don't say, I've heard people say, well, the Lord just told me to be all by myself. And when they say all by themselves, they mean all by themselves. You got to watch that. Go. It's different when you come aside and you spending time with the Father, you know, out. Then he said, go out and do something. You need an outlet. Don't just confine yourself in the house. You don't see nobody, don't talk. Got all the blinds closed. It's dark in your house. You ain't answering the phone. You ain't coming. The enemy is setting you up. Somebody gonna come check on you a little late and with the little paddy wagon. Because you're not designed to do that. But anyway, I don't know how I got out there. Somebody trying to seclude themselves. Because I done got off in the trip there somewhere. Don't do that. We don't need, anyway. This is what we laugh on the outside, but we're sad on the inside. This is when you know you're not being real. See, being real is the way I feel on the outside, inside is what's shining forth on the outside. There is no difference. I'm what you call being congruent with myself. How I am on the inside, this is how you see me. You don't see me no different. Every time you see me, this is how I am. Why? Because it's stemming from the inside. But when you see somebody, one day they find, next day the mood swings. There's no consistency on the inside. And you can't hold up a fake persona for so long before the real you start coming out. Yes. So it's best to just take it to the Father so you can be real. When you do this, it's like putting a nice marble floor on top of mildew. Yeah. This is what you look like in the realm of the spiritual Father. He said, you know you right underneath there. But yet you got this nice little polished look on the outside. And people see you, they will swear that you are a devout person. That you did. He said because you wear the right shoes, you wear the right clothes, your hair fixed the right way, the right makeup, you got enough money, you driving the right car, you live in the right house, you live in the right neighborhood, you got the right job. Everything about you, when the world looks, says, you got it going on.
Come on.
But they don't see you at night when you come into that house and you feel so alone. And you feel so sad.
Come on.
And you feel, Father said, that's the part where you got this persona going on. He said, but on the inside, you're hurting. On the inside, you wishing you could just lay down and don't wake up. He said, that's what's really going on. He said, this is the part I want to heal. Is what's going on, what makes you just come away from everybody. He said, that part is what I want to get to. He said, stop putting a pretty floor on top of mildew. He said, let me clean up the mildew. So then when you put the pretty floor down, it's fine. You ain't got to worry about something seeping through your pretty floor later on. Because you can try all you want to. You can't be nice for so long if you ain't really nice.
Come on.
It's going to jump out.
Yes.
It's going to come out. You be like, where'd that come with? It's what's been there all along. It's what's been there. We got to learn to be real and bring this to the Father. And we coming close to a close. Look and say, then when you cover up all this stuff, now this is where you deal with your wrong behaviors. It say wrong behaviors always come up when we have not dealt properly with the roots of our problems. We cannot simply survive an incident. We must overcome it. This is what we talked about last week. Some of us are in survival mode. We just been surviving incidents, but we have not overcome them. He said, when you have not overcome, you have not dealt with the roots. Now this is when your wrong behaviors jump out. And you're wondering, why the mind? Why I keep doing this? You got to understand, when you don't deal with the root, when you get in a situation that causes pressure on you, guess what your mind does? I thought this was so fascinating. Your mind begin to search back in its memory banks. It goes back, because everything you do, you got to know it.